So the E50M is one of the most well-balanced tanks in the game. However, it's a little bit overlooked in comparison to what you've just played a tier below. And we are obviously talking about the E50 in comparison to the E50M. Now, the E50 is just such a good vehicle. It is basically the tier 10, but a tier below, but you do sacrifice quite a fair amount of penetration on the E50 in comparison to the E50M, which is why a lot of people fire absolutely nothing but the gold rounds on the E50, and myself included. And even then, 270 pen is sometimes just straight up not enough in a tier 9 or tier 10 game. But the E50M takes everything that is just amazing about the E50 and brings it up a tier, and now while that can be a problem because you haven't really increased the armor by anything at all really, whatever's penning you beforehand will still pen you now at tier 10, and more people will be able to pen you because you'll be fighting tier 10s. Everything else though comes with the E50M. The gun is amazing. Exactly the same gun. The only thing that's changed is your ammunition choice, which is APCR as standard with 270 pen. This is the premium round on the E50 that you're now getting as your standard round, and your premium round is 330 heat. And the shell velocities are insane. You also get 60 HE, which is by no means great, but it's good enough to deal with most tanks that are lightly armored that you meet. And just overall, this ammo selection is insane, because it's not like the premium round is an APCR round where then the standard round is just irrelevant for people who are more than rich enough to just spam the full gold. You actually get a choice because you don't want to just be firing nothing but heat, because heat is not the best ammo type in every situation. It's the mixture between APCR of when you need to track someone or go through objects, and then having the heat round to just brute force your way through armor, like with a Type 4, a mouse and stuff like that. And not to mention that the 270 standard rounds, it's the cherry on top that the standard rounds are not useless. Just like the E50 standard rounds are kind of useless because they get 230, which is just absolutely abysmal in tier 9. But either way, we're going to be playing 3 games in this tank today. I'm going to quickly run through my setup and then we'll head into the games. Straight away, you can see that we are using HB, rammer and vents. This does not need a stab, just like the E50. The guns are identical. All the soft stats are identical to each other. And even the DPM and accuracy and the more main stats, all the same. Whatever you were using on the E50, you can just go ahead and use on the E50M. For the secondary loadout, we are using optics, CVS and a rammer, because when you get on those open maps, mainly Prokhorovka really, then you can go ahead and scout people, or not really scout, but just spot people a lot easier on those maps. You can also be very, very annoying to an enemy light tank who doesn't necessarily expect you to have so much view range. Because as you can see, we do have 493 meters view range. With CVS, that makes it more than good enough to basically spot anybody, especially if they're moving through the open or they're coming up close to you in some foliage. Quickly running through this crew skills, we have the commander with these perks, the gunner, the driver, radio operator, and then the loader. Now, as you will see, I'm not fully crew skilled out. If I was going to pick one more, I think that it would probably be practicality, if we're being honest. Concealment on this tank, not really useful. I would rather have pretty much anything else other than concealment. Coordination might be a good choice, depending on if you want to. It's not a useless perk, especially considering that it is every single time you spot someone, not the first time spots. So it is quite nice, although the aim time is good enough anyway to really forgo this. So probably practicality will be better choice, especially if you are brawling. And especially as it is German as well, it does like getting stuff knocked out. For the gunner, the next one would be quick aiming. The rest of these are irrelevant, in my opinion. For the driver, it would be smooth ride. And then for the radio operator, I would say communications expert if you're going to be scouting, but you already have 2,100 hit points. So you would have to do 2,100 hit points worth of spotting before you end up getting this. It doesn't really seem worth it. Maybe something like side by side might be a little bit better, and you can go on like wolf pack with your mediums. But I don't know, like these perks, as I've said before in previous videos, I don't really like any of these. I like 1, 2, 3, but realistically, it's just situational awareness, firefighting, and then the rest of them, I really couldn't care if I had them or not. And finally, for the loader, it will be safe stowage and then perfect charge. They're the other two that I'll be picking on the loader. Now for field mods, it is pretty simple. We go left, right, and then left. Because this is more of a brawling medium, we do not pick the right-hand side here because we don't need the camo. And we also want the extra suspension repair speed, especially if you're using hardening already. That's just going to boost it up even more, get ridiculously low repair time, and then also increase that reverse speed, as we said. For number 7, more hit points, because why wouldn't you choose this? You don't need to worry about the aim time. The aim time's already very, very good. Get those hit points up, especially, again, if you're using hardening. It's very, very beneficial. And then for number 8, you see, we have the ramming choice. Now, this is mainly down to who you are, because this tank is one of the best rammers in the game. And I just thought, well, you know what? We might as well just pick it, because it'll be funny. Yeah, sure, the gun is a little bit worse, but it's 2% on the gun traverse, which is already a very, very good statistic for this tank. So it's not going to be affected too much. And then the view range already is fine. I mean, if we're using the hardening build, you'll see that it goes all the way up to 454, which is completely fine. So if we were to use the left-hand side, we would go up to 482, which is a pretty big jump, don't get me wrong. But then you miss out some of the ramming possibilities, which is what kind of makes this tank as well. But either one, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which one you choose. Okay, so you join me on El Halluf. We are going to go up to the default kind of spot, which is C2. What that allows us to do is just to get hopefully some clean shots on people as they're crossing. Obviously, we are fast enough to get around the map to go where we need to go. The other... You see some strange things in modern tanks, you really do. There are a few other choices of equipment, which I kind of glossed over a little bit. You can pretty much pick whatever you want on this tank. Let me rephrase that, actually, because some people will then take that out of context. But you can pick a lot of different things. First time track. Do we get the second track? We are not going to get it in time, and we won't be able to reload in time either. But you could go for example, HP Turbo Rammer. You could go turbo instead of the HP. You could go for V-Stab if you really wanted to. There's many different choices that you can do on this vehicle. You're not kind of bound to just, oh, I need stab on this tank, or I need this, that, or the other on this tank. You have lots and lots of choices. Don't feel like you need to use like the equipment that I've chosen. Whatever you think will be best for you is what you should pick. I would kind of like to try and side scrape a little bit again. Oh, what are you doing? This is a little bit awkward. Can't really go hold down there. Artillery has located. One into Mr. E100 as he's pushing. Okay. This guy fires. I might go ahead and... oh, he just fired. Should have really tried to track him. That would have been more beneficial to me. Don't get the shot though. It's 0 to 4, which is not great. This guy needs to run. I also need to run. Running away is sometimes the best option to do. We do have people at the back of the map there that can assist us if need be. This guy is... we run out of gun depression over the rear. This is over. I'm going to kill this. Very fun, man. I love water tanks, man. It's so fun when you're trying, but your team just, yeah, doesn't exist. Well, I mean, should we look at this and say what we should have done differently? I mean, maybe spawning on the other team would have been beneficial. I mean, listen, even if I ran away and I got back to here, we'd have farmed a little bit more, it wouldn't have changed the scoreline. If I wanted to get more out of this game, I could have run away earlier. I should have run away earlier. but it wouldn't change the score. Like, there's nothing I can do. My T95 didn't even leave my spawn. I mean, that was fun. Okay, so we're on Murovanka. Now, the interesting thing about this is that there's a lot of heavy tanks. So I need to be a little bit careful with how I actually play this. I was tempted to go to the right-hand side and play with the heavies, but I think I'll be better off actually playing over this side, seeing what happens. It would have actually been quite useful to pick my scouting build. I didn't see that we didn't have any light tanks. That would have actually been quite beneficial on this type of map. What I would like to do is just try and get some damage over on these people that are going to be peeking over this side. Quarters, what are you doing, sir? Did we get spotted for that? We don't get spotted for that, which means there's no one directly in front. Alright, I'm not going to shoot that again. I'm not too sure what he's doing. I mean, to be fair, that wasn't an awful play from him. You may look at that and say, well, that's really, really dumb what he's doing. It's actually not, because the only alternative that he has is to go at the top. The really dumb part is that he's... the really dumb part is that he didn't commit to it. Like, if you're going to do that, you just need to commit to it and just accept your fate. Like, it's a massive gamble. Like, if you push this, you need to go around the corner and through here, because that's the only chance that you have to actually survive it. And then you need to pray that there's not too many people here. The thing is, when he was doing it, it was the dumb moment to do it, because he doesn't really know what we have around here. So it's not completely stupid what he was doing, but it's pretty stupid because of the timing. This guy's actually reversing and doing that. Oh, is that TVP running? I don't think I'm going to be able to get a shot on him. I can actually get one. Okay, that went in. So we have one blind at least. Okay, so far so good. It would have been better if we did use the CVS setup though. It definitely would have been better. We would have had a lot more opportunities in this game. I think we're just going to have to sit here now though for a little bit and find out what exactly is going to happen with this game. We still have the standard B alive, so it's not too bad. Interestingly, both the IS-2, IS-32s have died on each team. There must be like an IS-32 thing, or just making dumb plays. I don't know. Okay, let's try and move around a little bit, because we're very, 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 very stale at the moment. We've managed to get ourselves into a position where it is just a bit of a stalemate. Can't even really go and fight the TVP either. I may have the opportunity in a second to do it from here. Not too sure. I can't see through that. There's too many bushes in the way. Okay, this is a horrible, horrible situation. We're losing this flank. We're losing this flank. Everybody's running back now. Even though that it's actually not lost yet, everybody has just run away. So we're going to try and go around this way and reinforce this flank to help our heavies out. And then I guess we just try and snipe across. Because it's pointless us staying with this Cobra. The Cobra should run away as well. The reason why is that it's kind of pointless. Wait, what are you doing? This guy reverse peeks everywhere. Kind of funny. But yeah, the reason why it's kind of pointless sitting there, because he can just get overrun very easily. Like, very, very easily. And he has nowhere to really go when he does get overrun. He has no cover. So, yeah. This is a bit tough at the moment. And here they come. The Cobra is now just going to die. He's at an angle. It's annoying. Yeah. He would have been good if the Cobra came, but I guess now we just sit here and just try and spot. I mean, luckily for us, we can just, you know, dip back into here, but... what are they doing? Are they trying to push that? Ah. Okay. I mean, we can kill him, get him out of the game. Problem is this IS-7. Please! Like, what is that? The IS-7 has an invincibility shield around him. I can't do anything to him. I can pen the TVP though, apparently. That's not an issue. I don't know where the gorilla is. I need to try and come in and help this out. That's unbelievable RNG right there, by the way. Like, actually unbelievable. Oh. I put one into his track. I was hoping for damage as well, but I guess not. I guess that is a little bit too much to ask. I'm sorry. Am I, like, not allowed to do damage in this game? I'm getting some negative R... That's actually unbelievable. That's actually unbelievable. What am I meant to do with that RNG? Well, that should have been, like, 5,000 damage, but... Nope, that's 3.5 because... I don't know, you tell me. I think we played it well. Like, we knew exactly what was happening in that game, and I mean, we tried to tell the Cobra to move, but no, he dies with 400 damage. Well, for a third and final game, maybe we'll actually get, I don't know, human RNG and maybe a decent battle on Pearl River though, which honestly, not too bad, and the matchup is pretty good as well. There's only 2 heavy tanks on each side, with an M454 and a 60TP. The 60TP is going to be a bit of an issue for us. Mainly just because it's very, very troll with its armor, but we'll be firing heat, so we shouldn't worry too much about it. We'll go over this side, see what we can do. Right, usually we can catch someone as they're entering, and yes we can. To be fair, the Foch might not even be loaded yet. I don't have the gun depression to keep firing at that though. Okay, let's see if we can just back off. I am loading heat now. Don't really need it against a Foch, but better to use it than not, especially if I'm going to be fighting this guy as well at the same time. Your thing. Okay, he's really? Okay, he missed though, which is really, really good for us. I can put one into this. The FE misses anyway. I'm quite lucky with that, to be fair. I need the Panzer 7 to come and help. A bit rushed, but... I actually thought that was the M4 that fired, and I realised it was a 60 TP. At least I realised it and I didn't overpeak it. Okay, I mean apparently the 60 TB gun's better than mine as well. Which is interesting. Finally we actually hit a shot on him. One more into the M4. We have an issue. We have an issue in the form of getting flanked. Now, the Fochby should be able to spot people as they push, but you never know, so... the problem is that it's a Foch 155, which can one-shot me, has the potential to one-shot. So we're going to just peek up here slightly. Okay, the Foch has actually run away, which is very good. I'm going to go down here. The reason being is that I don't want to cross directly up there. But then I'm just going to go up and around to try and proxy myself and see if the E3 is just sitting there. Which he is, so that's a very, very good job that we did that. I mean, hopefully we can get some nice shots on this. Now the E3 would have the high roll. I'm going to try and bait him with my track. We've also lost the other side, the heavy flank. Come on. Yeah. I forgot it's an E3. And now I have no way of penning him. Oh, it's such a dumb tank. It really is. Like, you shoot the lower plate? No pen for you. Why would you pen the lower plate of a tank? You know? That's not a weak spot. Imagine expecting a weak spot on a lower plate. Honestly, that should have been the nerf the E3 got. Cupola and lower plate nerf. That's all the E3 needed. Rather than, I mean, at least it can't spot me from, 450 meters away anymore. What are you doing? I mean, never mind what you're doing. What the hell is that Foch doing? Right. Can I please now maybe get some damage done? Oh, I've managed to pen him. I've actually done damage against an E3. It's a miracle. A genuine miracle. I mean, I'm safe, I think, from everywhere else right now. Unless someone goes out here or down here. I mean, that's a bit of a problem, but I can kind of back off as well. Got the griller behind me. No one to really spot down here if someone did go down there, though, which is a little bit worrying. On the plus side, I am going to get the spotting if this guy pushes out, so... Oh, thank you. That's, I was stunned, so I don't spot the Manticore when he shot me. The thing is, I really don't want to take a shot from the Manticore, because it will put me down to a one-shot for the E3, a guaranteed one-shot for the E3. E3 just shot. I need to try and get some damage into this guy. Please, Wargaming, this is not balanced in the slightest. It's dumb. It's lazy game design. Or tank design. Fix it. Nerf the hell out of the E3's lower plate. It should be an instant pen. See, I would go and just try and kill the E3, like go around it and stuff, but I guarantee you he high rolls me. I'm going to try and go around and try and kill the Centurion, though. Help this M60 out. Or will I? I actually can't. I can't get through that. Okay, so I'm not going to help that guy out. Alright, we'll back up here then. Alright, E3 seems to be occupied with the E4. I'll just wait for the M60, I guess, to come all the way up and around. Their STLV's at the back, though. And now he's going to die because he tried to take out the artillery. He should have just carried on going. Probably. Right. Let's see. Oh, the E3 is actually going for him. Okay. Alright, STLV, my literal worst nightmare to try and play against. He's there, but I just can't spot him. Ugh. But look at this. But how is that any form of balance there? I should kill him now. He's stunned. I give up. I give up. It's impossible to pen an E3's lower plate. It's so dumb. Oh, I could just pen the cupola, right? Oh, yeah, just pen the cupola. I'm sorry, but it's the most dumb designed tank in the whole game. And do you want to know something else? A lot of you will probably be saying, well, why are you firing standard rounds against it? Right, one, that is a mad statement to say. Like, why are you firing standard rounds at a lower plate? That is 2024 World of Tanks, apparently. But two, it doesn't actually matter. Because the way the E3 lower plate is, it's just random points of just non-pennable armor. Like, look at this. Look at this! What is that? It's 270 pen. 270! And then if I use heat, yeah, you might say, well, look at that, it's green. Wait until it turns. And it starts rocking and going backwards and forwards. Like, look at it. Why is there just random spots? Like, there's random triangles that just turn into different... It's just dumb. It's such a dumb vehicle. That should be... This is how the E3's lower plate, I mean, apart from this should all be green. The whole thing should be green. The amount of armor that it has above and the cupola, it's a dumb design tank to have this much lower plate armor. Anyway, apply. 3.5k, which is not good. I mean, the tier 10s, I want about 4k. This session has been awful. But either way, the E50M is a solid vehicle. There's nothing much I can do about RNG in the game. Yeah, that's just how it is. Everybody has it, everybody hates it. But E50M is a very solid tank. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, you know what to do. Consider becoming a channel member to get these videos 1 week ahead of the rest. And I will see you all in the next one.